Congressman Tim Griffin joins us and celebrates Veterans Day with news about 3 bills that he has introduced to the House of Representatives. And first of all, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Now, for the sake of time, let me summarize all 3 of these very quickly, and we can talk about it. The first allows veterans to use their GI Bill benefits to learn how to franchise and create jobs. The second helps disabled veterans obtain travel waivers when seeking medical attention. I'm doing so far so good. And the third allows distance learning graduates of the Senior Service War College get as much credit as resident grads of that college. How'd I do?
You did pretty well.
Why do we need these bills?
Well, these are bills that are in direct response to constituents who have contacted my office or me on some level. The first one with regard to travel and getting a waiver. Veterans who go to the VA to get medical treatment, they can get reimbursement for travel, but they have to stand in line to get the forms. It's just a simple change here. We just are telling the Veterans Administration, if you'll organize this by birth month, instead of having one yearly deadline, then it'll divide that line up by 12, and so it's rotating. Well, veterans, through franchises, have created upwards of 800,000 jobs in this country. But veterans cannot use the GI Bill for that sort of education. So what we've said is, let's just allow that because this is it's non-traditional education, no doubt, but it is something that is helping the veterans. It's creating jobs, and it just made sense to me.
How do you respond to, or your response to, one of the toughest statistics I've read recently, that the unemployment rate of young veterans between the ages of 18 and 22 is over 24%?
Sure.
Your response to that, Congressman?
Well, I'd say a couple of things. First of all, in order to help the unemployment situation of veterans, we are going to have to do some of the same basic things that we need to do to get unemployment nationally and among all Americans dealt with and lowered. That includes having a credible plan to deal with the debt, eliminating a lot of the uncertainty in the economy, whether it be regulatory uncertainty or uncertainty over our tax code. A lot of the stuff that was discussed at the jobs conference we had here at the Clinton Library recently. So you've got to do all of those things. You can make small changes with veteran-specific legislation, but to really have an impact on the job situation in this country, we're going to have to do some of these bold things that we talk about. Tweaking at the edges is not going to do it, although love to see some more jobs created through franchises.
Congressman Griffin, again, thank you for joining us on Veterans Day. You being a veteran, this is your day.
Well, thank you. We are going to be traveling around the district, just taking a little extra time on Veterans Day to honor those who have served.
All right, we'll be back with more of today's KTHV at 6. Stay right here.